Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Behind the Groove podcast. I am DJ Keo.
And I am Basil Barrington, and we are back with Halo episode number 5, Reckoning. And okay, so 5 episodes. 4 were, the first one had some action going
Yeah,
on,
there's a lot of action in the first one,
right? The
and then a
other
lot of
ones,
walking and talking.
a lot of walking and talking. Then we come to 5, and now you have bang, bang, bang. Like the story's getting
hell yeah.
better. It's like getting really good. IMDb gave it an 8.4. What do you think about that rating?
I think that's a good rating.
I think that's a good rating too.
What I just saw. Yeah.
Okay, so
yeah.
what's up?
No, we got some good action.
We got some good action.
Storytelling.
Good storytelling. That's what I was about to ask.
Yeah.
Like we got action and storytelling in this, and it was kind of good. And also a lot of things, some revealing things as well. Pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And not to mention your favorite character, Kai, she had a pretty big role too.
Yeah. I like Kai, man. Quan can kick rocks. Kai can stay. I like Kai.
I was like, yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, I meant to say Quan, your favorite girl, Quan.
Oh, yeah. Quan can kick a bowl of rocks. I hope she stubbed her toe when
Quan
she broke that bike lock.
Oh, my goodness, with the temper tantrum. I mean, we speak about this.
In the desert.
Yo, Keo, we speak about this all the time, right?
Let's talk about this right now, right?
Yeah. Okay, you want to give a brief overview and we can get into it?
Okay, let me just say this first. Okay. I hate characters who have temper tantrums and just wail out, start screaming and punching things. I hate it so much because like one of my biggest issues with Quan was she's not aware of her situation.
Yes,
she seems oblivious to the peril she's in, oblivious to like the resources and the power she has, or how much things she can actually get done. Like, I know the storytelling is going to help her get the heavy lifting done, but reality is she's on her own, and the real people in Magical would have turned her in to not have to deal with anybody else in the city. They would instantly, her best friend, her aunt would have turned her in. Like, that's where we're at. That's the reality of the situation. But like, for the writing is going to make her to be better in the situation than she is. But like, I can't stand characters that just yell around, scream and cry all the time. Like, it's annoying.
I am going to concur, and I am going to add something else to that, especially when they are young teenagers or just very young people. Screaming, kicking, stuff like that. It's just like, I don't understand why showrunners and show writers think that having a young character in such a serious film, right?
Yeah.
Just acting like having temper tantrums and things of that nature is crazy. I was telling you about Invasion, the show on Apple TV Plus, and it's about kids. But these kids they're trying to get out of a situation. They're not like, yelling, screaming and things of that nature. They're like, listen, we can't do this. We have to think clearly and try to get out of this situation. Yes. Young people, right?
There's a time to yell and scream, and there's a time to think rationally about what you could do. So you had the exact same scene. She's handcuffed to the bike, and so she's looking around, trying to figure out what tools she could get out of the handcuffs. I'd be like, okay, cool. Yeah. What does she do? She yells and screams. She throws things around. Like I don't want to see that.
Like a little baby. She's completely annoying, and I can't. Like I said, I cannot get with young characters in serious films when they are just having temper tantrums throughout the entire show. Right. And like you said, she is absolutely clueless. She has no self-awareness, nothing like that. And I'm just not feeling her. And I think she doesn't do any justice right now, 5 episodes in. I don't think she does any justice to the show. I don't even know why we have, her in the show or these scenes with her in them, I don't get that.
Yeah, she's utterly useless. It's not, to me, if you just erased her from the storyline, the show would go on. Because what's the real storyline is John, or Master Chief, remembering his childhood and being pissed about it. And you're about to have all the Spartans start revolting. That's a very real possibility of the Spartans at least in his command start having a revolt. Because Kai was not okay. Well, we'll get into the thing, but like Kai was kind of upset about that.
Yeah.
And she's like, yo, you took out your thing. How are you like? But remember, I said like she is too upfront. Like she's all giggling and she's looking around
Yeah.
like, yo, Master Chief does not look like he took his thing out.
Yeah.
He's acting the same way. He's talking the same way. He's smart enough to know I got to play the game so that nobody starts to put another one back in me. But she's like,
Listen.
oh, look at me. Her hair color. Oh, look
I
at this
have pink
flowers.
hair.
Oh,
I'm going to Coachella. I'm going to Red Rocks.
yeah.
Just
She's
like,
2 minutes away from putting sandals
I'm
on
waiting
and
for her to
like,
do this here. Do the like heart sign, turn on like an
she's loving
EDM
the moment.
playlist or something like that. Just like, really?
Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. She's got to get it together, dude. But, Quan is something else. But you want to give a quick overview and then we can get into it?
So basically, they brought a good chunk of the army over there to dig this key or whatever artifact out of the gravel. And so I think that the show is divided between magical and aridness. But like the bulk of it's aridness. I would say good 70% was happening there. So we had some interesting things. Master Chief, he ran down there when the thing cracked. Master Chief ran down there to touch the artifact first because I think he knew he could get some more information about his childhood from it. And now he realized he thinks he has certified proof that they took him from his parents.
He
his
was
parents
kidnapped.
Yeah. And he tried to go to Keys because he thought he could trust him.
No.
And turns out Keys and Halsey still talking like they're married. So he's like, that's no good.
Yeah.
So that was interesting. He peeped that out. You can see from his perspective. He's like, oh, this is some BS right here. I thought you were my boy. The other thing is that Kai, because she took it up, she hasn't been able to handle having this thing out of her system. Like she's embracing the senses too much. She seems like she's high. And I think Master Chief noticed that. He's like, you're not fit for duty. I can't use you right now. And it turned out to be true because she had like a sensory overload when she got shot.
Yeah.
And she's just standing there getting shot rather than doing something about it.
Right, exactly.
And like your shield there, when you got the armor, the Mjolnir armor, like it recharges after a couple of seconds. She couldn't just get out the way for a couple of seconds to recharge. She just stood there because she's like overwhelmed with all the senses.
That's crazy. She was like, she
right.
did absolutely nothing. She was just like,
yeah. Like, wow. I think that's the first time she felt pain as an adult. I guess like there's a lot of stuff that's like sensory that's going on right there. So that was interesting. So we got Mackie drops off the Covenant ship and pretends like she was kidnapped. Yeah. She was kidnapped, but she's not helpless. So I put it like that. I think she's trying to go down there to get intel, figure out what they got, or steal the other key. I think that was the plan. And so we had a enormous battle, which as a Halo fan, I was standing up and cheering like, yes, this. I want more of this.
I was feeling
Give me
that
3
battle.
more. 4 more shows of this. This is what I want.
That battle looked like the game.
It's like the game.
Yeah,
it felt like the game. It looked like the game. They were doing stuff like Master Chief would jump on the Banshees. I think it's a Banshee. That's the flying ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, you jump on it. You either throw the pilot out or you blow it up with grenade or whatever. So like I'm like, this is Halo right here. This is Halo.
Yeah,
I was cheering and grinning ear to ear from this thing. So, all right, that as a basic rundown. There's a giant battle. They lost the key, and the next episode is going to be a reckoning of this reckoning.
Yeah, it should be pretty interesting. So, okay, so this episode here, episode 5, Reckoning, was really based on, I would say, 90% of this show was based on aridness, and then they showed the 10% what was happening on Mandrago with Quan and Soren. So let's just speak about that very, like, let's just spend a little bit of time on Quan, okay? So Quan is having a temper tantrum because the motorcycle broke down, and now, again, she is just so unaware of, like, what's going on. Like, just... Again, she said this. She said she is going to take back Mandrago. That's what she said. That's what she said, dude. She has no
I
money. Her family has no money. The weapons are gone.
resources. She's wanted.
Venture has everything on lock, and she's going to
Yeah,
take back
everybody's
Mandrico.
everybody's turned against her and her family name.
Yeah.
You got your aunt killed because you're an idiot,
Mm-hmm.
and you're gonna take over the whole city back with no weapons.
No weapons.
How is this gonna happen?
Well, she did take. I mean, she stunned old boy. Because Soren left. Like handcuffed her on a motorcycle because it broke down. Then he went to find another vehicle. Not quite sure where he got this vehicle in the desert, right? But he found another vehicle, came back with it. Quan was like hiding in the dirt, set him up basically, and then like shocked him, and then took his revolver and like she was about to shoot him. They stopped it there. So here's a person.
Yeah.
You have two men who actually took care of you. One was ordered to kill you, right? And he told you that. He was like, I am ordered to kill you. Now, look how you're acting. You're just like, okay, I'm going to kill Soren, who gave me a home on rubble, who actually brought me down to the planet because this is what I want to do. And now you're going to try to kill a guy? I don't get the whole story with her in this show. I don't get that.
Yeah, because the other thing too is that he wouldn't have did what he did if she wasn't acting crazy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like from his perspective, he's like, oh, she's a wild card. She brought me down this planet promising stuff she can't deliver. All right, well, I'm going to deal with this later on. Let me just get off this planet before there's other problems.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, that makes sense. From his part, he's thinking logically.
Right.
And then she's acting like an insane person. I get what she thinks she's trying to do, or from the writer's perspective, what they would like to do. They didn't do it good. She's not a likable character, so it's not somebody you're rooting for. Like I wasn't like, oh great, she got away from Soren. I was like, Soren's helping you, man.
Yeah. He's not only helping you. He's not only helping you, but he is protecting you.
Yeah.
And you had the man. Right, you had the man go down to your planet because you wanted to go on some wild goose chase. His ship is gone. Motorcycle broke down. Now he's looking for another vehicle. He's trying to get to this like transport ship 100 miles away. And it's just like, and you're just trying to stop him. You want to go back to a city that is after you. The entire city will turn you in. I don't get the storyline right here, man. I don't get this.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like the implementation of this storyline is just dumb to me. Yeah. I think her character would have made more sense if she was stuck on Reach and she's got to sit there and watch what these guys are doing there. Like, like a fish out of water type thing or whatever. Like put you in a different situation. You have no power. You just got to sit there and observe. That would have made more sense to me than what she's trying to do now. Because there's no revolution. According to how you set the storyline up, the revolution is laughable and it's going to end in 5 minutes because she don't know how to fight. That's the first thing. And she has no resources or weapons or money.
No weapons, exactly.
And everybody's against you in the whole town. Right. They're looking for you to turn you in. So how do you think this is going to go for you?
I do not get this person, and I don't get this storyline, man. You know what? I'm done speaking about her, but I will say this. Again, and I said this last week and I'll say it again. I'm just putting it out there. If Article 72 was implemented from the beginning, we would not have this ridiculous storyline. Just saying.
I mean, it almost got carried out. It almost happened. And he was like, nah, I touched the artifact first. Ah, damn, too late.
Exactly.
Problem solved.
Oh, well, this is the other thing I wanted to say. It could be possible. That she is one of those humans who can interact with the artifacts. It could be possible.
Okay. That would make this thing more interesting then.
Yeah.
Because her thing with the revolution, stop that. No, I don't want to hear anything about no revolution.
Yeah.
Like, just stop. Stop right now.
It's over. The revolution is done.
That's nonsense. Just utter nonsense. Talking about revolution.
Yeah. Well, okay. So back on Aridness, they started off with Halsey and Jacob Keyes looking at, Reach for Life installation at these like little young people. John was on there, and it was like, she said, "What do you think, darling?" She looked at him and she was like, "What do you think, darling?" And I was like, "Oh, okay." So this gave me this like, and then they showed the rest of the storyline. So he was
Mm.
actually a part of the entire kidnapping of these kids.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. He's
And
privy to all of this stuff.
right, and so he's trying to protect his daughter
Mm.
by taking her
Yes.
off the, just the team or whatever. And I was just like,
Yeah.
oh, okay, so this is really weird. The other thing I realized with this here is I
Mm.
said it last week, Halsey is too big to fail. Dude, she has papers on everyone. She will take
Yes.
everyone down.
So she's like, what do an admiral will feel about this? I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, okay.
Here
So
comes the
that other,
blackmail.
she was like, oh no, what do you mean admiral? Like, where's
Mm-hmm.
this going? Like, she
Here
got shook
comes,
instantly when he called up that.
dude.
Let's figure out what the admiral has to think about this.
Man, she
I thought that was
has a
hilarious.
lot of stuff going on. I'm
She's
gonna
got the juice on everybody.
she's too big to fail. Here's some
Mm-hmm.
ridiculous things that happened in this episode. So
Mm.
Halsey's right hand man, who his name is Aiden, right? Aiden is standing near the artifact while they're trying to blast it with a laser. Dude, he's
Mm.
this close to the laser. Like, how dumb is
That don't
that?
make any sense.
How dumb is
That's
that?
very unscientific.
And he
You
was
should
just
be
like
behind
looking.
something like
Yeah.
a lead shield, or you should be behind something. Like,
I'm
that's
like,
insane to me.
what is going on here?
He's sticking his ear next to the glass, whatever that thing is. That was insane.
Right,
That's not science.
Right. So and I'm jumping around, but what do you think about
Mm.
Master Chief taking Kai out of service? Like, you can't fight because you don't have the pellet in your back.
Well, he made the right call apparently,
Right.
because when she started getting hit, like, she couldn't focus on anything. So I think
Right.
he was right, because I think that I don't know if it's a man thing or whatever, but like, his emotions are more guarded than hers were
Yeah.
when he took it out.
Hmm.
Like, he's realizing stuff, but it's subtle. You can tell, like, it was a subtle thing for him. Whereas her, when she took it off, she's like, "Oh my god, look, the color's purple. Oh my god, look at those. There's flowers here.
She's
Look at this thing. You
laughing.
can say
She's
that."
smelling flowers
Yeah,
and
she's giggling.
everything. I'm like,
She's
I'm waiting
asking
for
a
the.
bunch of questions. She's
Listen,
talking too
I
much.
was waiting for her to, like, open up a beer or something like that. Like, hey, oh, this is beer. This tastes really good. But
Yeah, yeah.
Master Chief does have, like, I guess, like, he's from
He
the
got
cloth.
seniority. He's
Yeah,
leading the
he's
thing.
so I don't know this, but is it standard for Spartans not to leave other Spartans behind?
Yeah, yeah. They gotta come back for them.
Okay, okay.
It's like
So that was pretty
Navy
cool.
SEALs.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Leave no man behind. Okay, that's very cool.
yeah.
So
And they're gonna jump off a cliff to do it. Like, they're gonna do cool stuff to get you back.
yeah,
Because,
you
like,
know,
the armor is gonna protect you, because the shield is gonna pop back up. So you just gotta stay good for a minute, and
right.
you'll be all
So
right.
what she should have done was, if she was getting hit, she should have, like, hid behind something where she's not getting, like, hit anymore, just to
Yeah,
rejuice up, and then come back to the fight. But she didn't do that because I think that just the killing sort of freaked her out without the emotional
hmm
inhibitor in her back, right? It just freaked her out.
yeah,
All these soldiers around her dying and everything, right?
yeah. Well, if you think about regular soldiers, like, they get very hardened to war.
Yeah,
Like, you can't be a soldier out there like, oh my god, this is so mean. Like, you can't be doing that. You gotta, like, yo, we
no,
gotta take this enemy out. Done and
dude.
done. Let's go.
Yeah,
Mission accomplished. That's how you gotta be. And, like, she was seeing everything, the rainbows, everything. So, like, that was a problem.
yeah.
Absolutely, that was a problem. He was right to call her out, because I think that the hair thing was a big red flag for him.
Hmm.
He was like, "What are you doing? You're gonna blow our cover. Then we're
Yeah.
both gonna get our things back." Like,
Halsey, man, she's man, she is like, I don't even have a word for her, but
she's ruthless.
she's ruthless, man. It's just like she's kidnapping
Mhm.
kids, then, like, cloning them, and then the clones are dying. She's like,
Yeah,
listen,
yeah.
I will tell you everything once we get back to Reach, but you need to bring this artifact back to Reach first, okay? Yo, John,
Yeah,
Master
he was about
Chief,
to box her down, yo.
dude, Master Chief, he did the whole jump punch, and I was just like, oh,
Yeah, he was
he's
about
about
to.
he's about to hem her up,
He's
and
going
then
to
Cortana comes and,
smear
like,
her across the.
oh my goodness, dude, he would have, like, completely
Yeah,
crushed her face, right?
yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
because she's a
That
human.
the armor is heavy, and
Hmm.
it's very strong. So, like, yeah, she would
Yeah,
have had problems. It'd been a
like
tough day at the office if he actually
permanent
punched her.
problems.
Yeah.
You know, like
Like you're in a wheelchair drinking soup after this. Like there's no way
right,
you're just gonna rub that off. Like it's okay.
right. So they brought the other thing is like so they're here on this planet trying to retrieve this artifact. They bring down a brigade or something. You know, they bring down a whole bunch of
Yeah,
army
there's a
folks,
bunch of
right?
mofos. Yeah, yeah.
But here's the thing: they didn't bring down a lot of armor. They didn't bring down, aircraft. A lot of aircraft did not follow. No one thought.
Yeah.
And this is really strange because last week we spoke about. You said this last week. Like, why didn't anyone like decipher the language? It was right there, right?
Yeah,
Right. So here's the thing for me on this episode, right? Why didn't anyone think that when the artifact was activated, not by John, but just by like when it was removed from all the stone and everything, why didn't anyone think, because Key said this, why didn't anyone think that, you know what? This thing is probably communicating back to the Covenant. We better like, man up and like gear up and like, go to our stations and like, yeah,
yeah.
No one
they
said
seem
that.
woefully unprepared.
No one
They
said
should have
that,
another
dude.
Corvette up there.
Yeah.
The Corvette should have been blasting things out the sky the second
Right.
that thing came into their atmosphere. They should have been shooting everything. Like, I don't know. It seems woefully unprepared. They were not ready for this.
Right.
I think they thought, oh, we're just gonna snatch this thing. No one's gonna be the wiser, and we'll just bring the minimum and it'll be fine. And you guessed wrong.
Yeah.
You guessed really wrong.
Yeah, and it was just like, again, just that whole build up, just checking everything out. Master Chief figuring out that he was kidnapped. Jacob Keyes basically saying, dude, we're like, there's a trail here. There's a paper trail.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wow, this is going to ruin my family. He's going to ruin everything. Goodness. My ex-wife is up to her eyeballs in this thing. Now my daughter, I don't want to get He's worried about everything. I can see all his life flashing before his eyes. Like, oh, crap.
If you read all of the comments and the blogs and watch all the videos, like the Halo lore, people were completely pissed off because there just weren't any sort of real serious Halo fight scenes. And then we have one today. And it's just like, oh my goodness, people are like, yes, we have a fight scene.
It was worth the wait. I'll put it like that. It was definitely was worth the wait. It was a quality fight scene. Now, my question to you, I think that the next episode is going to be they're going to sit down and talk about what happened and yada, yada, yada. Right. And then after that, it should be all guns blazing to the season finale. That's what my hope is.
Yeah.
And then my question to you is, do you think they blew the budget on this episode and it's going to be chill for the rest of the season?
Ooh, oh my goodness. Wow. That would be so sad if that's the case, right? Because it's just like, okay, we have a budget for 2 really good fight scenes. Episode 1 and episode 5. Yeah. I'm going to say no because, I think there has to be a battle between Reach and also the Covenant, because we now know that Mackie is doing something. That's the other thing, right? So here we go. We're fighting the Covenant. They brought down this ship. They brought down all these different like aliens and warriors and everything. That the last warrior that took the artifact, man, that warrior was huge.
A brute. That's a brute.
That's a really.
You do not want to mess with them. And I love the hammer so much. That's my favorite weapon in the whole game.
Wow.
That gravity hammer is the best thing that ever existed. Because you just
right
swing.
There.
It doesn't matter how many dudes are there. You just swing. You're clearing the whole room.
Wow.
Just one swing.
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. So here you go. Check this out. You have this huge battle. And the reason why the artifact was lost is because John took out his emotional pellet.
He tried to save Kai.
Right, Yeah, and the other thing was when the ship crashed into the Jeep, the other 2 Spartans, they were on the Jeep as well, So they sort of got like screwed up too. I don't know what happened to them, but
they're good, though. The armor protected them.
Right. So all of this happened. The artifact was lost because Halsey and John was battling each other. John and Kai had the emotional chip gone, so they were going through their little emotional thing. If the chip was in, this would not ever have happened. Do you think so?
Yeah, I do think that. I
Yeah.
don't know if it like exactly wouldn't have happened, but
Mm-hmm.
it would have gone down better if the chip wasn't gone, based
Right.
on
Mm-hmm.
how they're acting. Because like like Master Chief is more worried about the mission than saving people.
Yeah.
Like when we have like the smaller soldiers, whatever, those guys get Swiss cheese during the game all the time.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't turn around like, oh man, I gotta save these guys. They're pinned down. I'm like, I gotta be in
Like
the mission.
no.
Like something I'm
Mm-hmm.
worried about.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
like that's the general thing for Master Chief.
Mm-hmm.
He would be like, mission first. I'll save you guys later. So that's what I'm saying. Like I think that it probably would have gone down different. But the issue too is that Halsey was on another Pelican, and I don't think she could have escaped because there's a bunch of ships out there.
Yeah,
So
and the
she
ships
gets
were.
out of the atmosphere.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna fly into a bunch of ships.
Yeah.
How
Mm-hmm.
are you gonna get away from that?
But all the alien ships were flying over her, but not blasting her either. So I was just like, that's kind of
Yeah, they're just
interesting.
watching.
The other
But they don't need
interesting
to.
thing,
They got these guys on the ground already. They don't need
yeah,
to start
exactly,
blasting these ships
exactly.
anymore.
The other interesting thing is, so they go through this whole battle, they lose the artifact. The aliens, the Covenant, they say, Mackie was like, okay, make it look good, right? So here you go. I'm talking about just instinct and also just battle readiness, right? Just the mind. You're battling these aliens. They take the artifact, they bounce. After this huge battle, they drop one more pod on the battlefield, and it's a human.
I would have shot the pod. I wouldn't ask any questions. I would have shot the pod.
Why didn't like someone shoot the human, right? It's just
shot the pod.
It doesn't
ask
like
later.
Right. It doesn't make any sense that after this huge battle, the Covenant then shoots down the last pod, and it's a human. That just seems really strange and odd.
Mackie's trying to present it as I just escaped from the ship. That's what she's trying to sell it as.
Okay,
Which
you know what?
I would have shot the pod. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's just like
anytime I see those things drop out the sky, I start blasting immediately because you don't want to wait till it gets out.
So you mean to tell me, like on Mandrago in episode 1, like the only person that was left was Quan, and they were like, get rid of her, Article 72. You mean to tell me after this huge battle, again, the humans dropped from the Covenant dropped a pod with the human in it. You mean to tell me no one thought like, we don't know what this is all about. She can have a bomber or something, suicide vest.
Exactly.
Swiss cheeser.
Exactly.
Just get rid of her. Then it's over. We don't have to like take care of her or anything like that. I don't get that. It's some weird things that like, you think about, and I know they're just trying to build the whole story because, Mackie is probably a very large part of what's going on. But
yeah, she's a huge thing.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, logically, Master Chief would have probably shot the thing just before it opens so you can know what was in it.
Yeah.
Logically, he would have shot it.
Really?
And like that's what I do in the game. I shoot the pods before, because if you can hit the pods before they land, they explode and kill what's ever inside.
Right.
So I would have shot the pod.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just saying, like, as somebody who plays the game, I would have shot the pod. But like, I generally, once Master Chief saw there's a human inside, he wouldn't shoot it, like, just because, like, he's got morals. But
it was still strange.
But I'm saying, when you play the game, you don't generally come across other humans unless they're on your side already.
Right.
Like, if there's humans there, they're from UNSC.
Right. Okay. So still, man,
so like,
I'm just like,
that wouldn't be an issue.
And, in the heat of the battle, it's just like, I don't know this person. This person isn't on my side. Article 72.
I ask questions after, man.
So
I don't know how many times I let it wait and something came out crazy like that brute. I'm like, damn it.
Yeah, man, that joint was huge. I was like, oh, he's not defeating this. You need like 3, 4. Like, can the brutes actually be defeated?
Yeah. It just takes bigger guns and more shots.
Bigger guns, more Spartans, huh? Okay, wow. So that joint was huge, man.
The elites are the hardest ones to kill, though. Brutes are just target practice.
Have we seen any elites in this series?
Yeah, the elites are the ones with they got the things on their mouth or whatever.
Okay, well, it seems like the Spartans were killing them very easily, though.
Yeah, but when you play the game, the elites are hard to kill because they can go invisible.
Right, that's
They're
true.
more strategic about what they do. They're more because
Mm-hmm.
brutes are just look at brutes like gorillas. Like they're really strong and powerful, but they're not smart. But elites are like generals. They're smart. They're very fast. They can go
Right.
invisible.
Mm-hmm.
They got tactical weapons. They have a sword that can just slice through mofo's.
Yeah.
They have different type of weapons. They're smarter. That's why throughout the show they've only been talking to elites. They haven't been talking to anybody else
Right.
because elites are smart.
Mm-hmm. Now, who are the ones with the shields again?
Those are the jackals.
The jackals. Okay.
Yeah,
They're
and
kind of
then
swift, man.
the
How they
tiny ones,
move and
the grunts.
everything. You know,
Yeah,
the tiny
jackals are
ones.
annoying because they got the stupid shield.
Yeah. That
So
is.
you have to either shoot them around the shield or you got to destroy the shield first, which is a pain in the ass. It's a lot of
Wow.
work. I
Yeah.
just throw grenades at the jackals and be gone with my thing.
Here's my
Grunts are the
question.
most annoying.
Here's my question. So you are you find the artifact, then you call up, the army or the Marines, like, hey, come down here. We need to retrieve this. Okay, we're in an era where we're in a year where we have advanced technology. This used to be a reach for life installation. Why not go down there? Think about like everything, like from a military perspective, like we may get invaded, someone may come, and attack us. Do we have a shield that can cover us or something like that, right? Something.
Yeah.
No one thought about that. They were just like completely open to like anything that may
Yeah,
pop off.
I would have had more ships for
Yeah.
sure.
Mm-hmm.
I at minimum had more ships, at least protecting my area
Yeah.
around the dig site. But I don't know.
Airspace, everything.
I think that they thought we're going to do this quietly and no one's going to notice. So just bring the bare minimum.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people on the ground though. They had like a full installation and
Yeah.
they had like
They had
barracks and
everything.
everything. Like
Yeah.
they had
Like
I'm assuming that they were on the planet for at least a couple days because that would take a while to build up.
yeah. Almost like a
So
forward base,
I think
they built up everything.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think that they believe nothing's coming down here. We can do this quietly and don't have to worry about it. No one knows about this except us.
Yeah.
And then that screech thing happened. So the second that thing screeched, I would have called in more ships and be like, yo, jump in the light
Yeah.
speed or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
hyperspace, get down here like right now on a double.
Dude, yep. Once that happened, I was like, and then Keys were like, I don't know. I think, it could be some way of a form of communicating. Once Jacob Keys, the commander, heard that, he should have been like, dude, we need to bubble up on forces.
Yes.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They waited until the slip speed or whatever thing happened, and they're like, "Oh," because the Master Chief was like, "Oh, look, there's people here now." They start doing things like, "What? No, where are your radar?" Like that should have been the first thing. Cortana is the first one to say the people in the ships didn't notice. Cortana on the planet was the first one to notice.
Yeah.
That's wild to me. They weren't battle ready. They didn't get the ships off the planet. They weren't like blasting anything. They're basically unprepared this entire time.
Totally unprepared, man.
Yeah, that's wild. But like I'm there for the action though. The action was worth it, so I'm
Yeah.
okay. I'm letting all this stuff slide.
Yeah. Because the action was really good. I watched it twice today. I watched it earlier today, and then I watched it right before this podcast recording. And I was like, okay, you know what? This episode was very easy to follow, right?
Yes. Because the storyline was straightforward.
It was
Master Chief's mad because you snatched him out of his house and probably killed his parents. He's gonna do something to Halsey. Yeah. Oh look, there's a battle. Done and done. That's the episode right there.
That's it. The episode was only 38 minutes all in all. That's really it.
Yeah. Yeah, it felt smooth. Like it wasn't dragging on. Even with the Soren stuff, it wasn't dragging on.
Right. Yeah, it was I like this episode, man. This was again, the episodes 2 through 4, I was like, how much of a story building are we gonna do here? I mean, where's the bang bang stuff going on? And then we get this episode.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
So like the question is, because like Master Chief's focused on the end task. He's not worried about the side stuff. So I think that he's gonna put aside whatever beef he has with Halsey, and that can wait because they got a bigger thing to do.
Yeah. Or
that's what I think can happen.
Right. And the other thing is maybe they will have to, reinstall like the emotion
Other
repellent
things,
back in
memory.
his system. Yeah, just like we got to get you
Yeah,
back on track, dude.
yeah, because he was mad when he figured out that Cortana
He
could
was
turn his
pissed off.
body off. He was mad.
He was like, "What are you
His
doing?
face was
This
like, "Oh wait, you can do that? Oh
right?"
word? Okay, what are you gonna
No,
do
he was
next?"
like, "Whoa, this is like okay." So you know what? He cannot get away from Cortana. She is in him. She is a part of him. It's
Yeah,
over.
she's
It's
part of the
done.
system.
Wow.
I like the fact that she's getting less annoying though. Just slowly but surely, she's finally being useful.
Yeah.
But yeah,
She
I
just
want
needs to
100%
speak.
useful, zero annoying. That's what I
Right, she
want.
just needs to speak less too, like
Yeah,
let's
just talk
just keep it
less.
quiet. Halo episode number 5, Reckoning. IMDb gave it an
Mm.
8.4. What are you rating this episode?
I give it a solid 8. I was
Hmm.
very happy with this episode.
Yeah. You know
Yeah.
what? I'm
What
giving it an
about you?
8 too. I'm giving it an 8 too
Yeah.
because again, I'm not like a Halo person. I'm just getting into it. I guess I am a
Mm.
Halo person because I watched all the movies.
Yeah, you
A lot
watching a
of
lot of Halo stuff, man.
I've been watching a lot of Halo
you're,
stuff.
you're
Um
honorary Halo person now.
I know
You're
the
in.
names now, the whole I don't know if I can go and play the game because I'm not like a, shooting game sort of person,
Yeah,
but yeah, I
yeah,
gave it an
yeah.
8, man. It was really exciting. I like this episode. The I think
Mm.
the reason why I gave it an 8 is because we had a small section with Quan in it. I can't take
Yeah, yeah.
Quan. I'm sorry.
Pacing was good. Pacing was
Hmm.
very good.
Yeah.
Like I didn't think to myself like I could just fast forward the Quan part and just get back to what's going on with this. Like I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, okay, I'll sit there and watch it.
Yeah.
That's
Hmm.
like pacing was decent.
Yeah. So
So
it's going to
I
be
was
very
100% okay with
interesting.
that.
It's going to be very interesting to see what episode number 6 is all about because they have a lot to take care of, huh? Now that the artifact is gone.
Well, they gotta protect Reach now because
Yeah.
I think that the Covenant probably come to Reach to go get the other part.
Well,
That's a
I mean,
problem.
listen, if Mackie, if they take her back to Reach, it's over.
Yeah, it's a wrap. If they
It's a
did
wrap,
bring her back
dude.
to Reach,
That would be
she was trying to
silly.
figure out where Reach was in the first place.
Right,
So
exactly.
this is a big problem if they bring her back to Reach
It's not going to be good, man, if they brought her back to Reach.
because they don't know how big the Covenant is. They just seen them a couple battles and a couple ships, but they don't know the Covenant is huge.
Man, they
It's a
listen.
giant thing.
They look like they are more advanced than Reach.
Mhm.
They have more
Yes.
ships, more warriors, more fighters, better
Mhm.
technology, everything. They just seem like they're far and they're beyond like Reach and just like what's going on at the UNSC. It's just like what are these guys doing?
Yeah. They've taken a lot of L's. I think that we're probably gonna get to a Halo array
Mhm.
sometime. Probably that's probably gonna be the last show. Is gonna
Wow.
be on
Okay.
a Halo array.
Mhm.
Because they have to. The show's called Halo. You have to actually see a Halo array.
I'm
You got to
waiting to
get
see
there
a Halo
eventually.
because I don't know what a
Yeah.
Halo is. In
it's
terms
a
of Halo.
giant.
You
It's
know,
a giant circle. It's a hula hoop in the sky,
What does
but
it
it's
do
big
though?
enough. It wipes out all humanity, all
So
sentient life
so
in
it's
the
a
galaxy.
weapon.
It'll wipe it out.
It's a
It's a
weapon.
weapon,
Okay.
and if you turn it on, it'll wipe out all sentient life in the galaxy.
Wow.
So
Okay.
it's a bad thing. You don't want to use it. You do not want to use it. And the Covenant believes that it's going to get them to their special Valhalla, whatever.
Hmm.
It's going to take them to the heaven, whatever. And Master Chief realized what the hell Halo is, and he
Hmm.
was like, "Oh no, we can't use this." So he tries to blow it up instead, and there's hijinks ensue. Put it like
Yeah.
that. But like, they have to get to a Halo array, and there's a bunch of them. So there's the first one, and then there's like a bunch of them all over the galaxy. And where the games went after Master Chief destroyed the first Halo, all the other Halo arrays turned on and activated.
Hmm.
And so all you have to do is get to one, and you can just wipe out all life on the galaxy.
Wow.
And so now they got bigger problems than the Covenant right now.
Well, there you have it. Another episode of the Behind the Groove podcast. I am Basil Barrington.
I am DJ Keo.
Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And until next time, peace.
All right.